Hello everyone, this is Carrie Anderson. Hope you all doing well. In today's video, I'll be talking about intermittent fasting for weight loss. So if you like the video related to total health, I would love to come with another videos again and again to give you a lot of information regarding it. So if you like the video, please do subscribe, like and share the video as much as you can so that we will come for more and more videos. So here we start, here we begin. Intermittent fasting for weight loss. What is it? Intermittent fasting is a diet regime that cycles between brief period of fasting with either no food or significant calorie reduction and periods of unrestricted eating. It's promoted to change body composition through loss of fat mass and weight and to improve markers of health that are associated with disease such as blood pressure and cholesterol level. Its roots derive from traditional fasting, a universal ritual used for health or spiritual benefit as described in early texts by Socrates, Plato, and religious group. Fasting typically entails a steady abstinence of food and beverage ranging from 12 hours to 1 month. It may require complete abstinence or allow a reduced amount of food and beverages. Prolonged, very low calorie diet can cause psychological or physiological changes that may cause the body to adapt to the calorie restriction and therefore prevent further weight loss. Intermittent fasting attempts to address this problem by cycling between a low calorie level for a brief time followed by normal eating, which may prevent these adaptation. However, research does not consistently show that intermittent fasting is superior to continuous low-calorie diet for weight loss efficiency. Now, how it works? The most common method are fasting on alternate days for whole days with a specific frequency per week or during a set time frame. Alternate day fasting, alternating between days of no food restriction with days that consist of one meal that provides about 25% of daily calorie needs. For example, Monday, Wednesday, Friday consist of fasting, while alternate days have no food restrictions. Whole day fasting, 1 to 2 days per week of completing fasting or up to 25% of daily calorie needs with no food restriction. On the other day example, the 5:2 diet approach advocate no food restriction 5 days of the week, cycled with a 400 to 500 calorie diet the other 2 days of the week. Time restricted feeding, following a meal plan each day with a designated time frame for fasting. Example, meals are eaten from 8 a.m. to 3 p.m. with fasting during the remaining hours of the day. The research so far is physiologically calorie restriction has been shown in animals to increase lifespan and improve tolerance to various metabolic stresses in the body. Although the evidence for caloric restriction in animal studies is strong, there is less convincing evidence in human studies. Proponents of the diet believe that the stress of intermittent fasting causes an immune response that repairs cells and produces positive metabolic changes. An understandable concern of this diet is that followers will overeat or non-fasting days to compensate for calories lost during fasting. However, studies have not shown this to be true. When compared with other weight loss methods, a systematic review of 40 studies found that intermittent fasting was effective for weight loss, with a typical loss of 7 to 11 pounds over 10 weeks. There was much variability in the studies, ranging in size from 4 to 33 for subjects and followed from 2 to 104 weeks. It's important to note that different study designs and methods of intermittent fasting were used and participant characteristics differed. Half of the studies were controlled trials comparing the fasting group to a comparison group and or a control group, either continuous calorie restriction or usual lifestyle, with the other half examining an intermittent fasting group alone. A brief summary of their findings. Dropout rates range from 0 to 65% when comparing dropouts rate between the fasting groups and continuous calorie restriction group. No significant differences were found. Overall, the review did not find that intermittent fasting had a low dropout rate and therefore was not necessarily easier to follow than other weight loss approaches. When examining the 12 clinical trials that compared the fasting group with a continuous calorie restriction group, there was no significant difference in weight loss amount or body composition changes. 10 trials that investigated changes in appetite did not show on overall increase in appetite in the intermittent fasting group despite significant weight loss and decrease in leptin hormone level. And randomized controlled trial that followed 100 obese individuals for 1 year did not find intermittent fasting to be more effective than daily calorie restriction. For the 6-month weight loss phase, subjects were either placed on an alternating day fast, alternating days of one meal of 25% of a baseline calories versus 125% of baseline calories divided over 3 meals, or daily calorie restriction, 75% of baseline calories divided over 3 meals, following the American Heart Association guidelines. After 6 months, calorie level were increased by 25% in both groups with the goal of weight maintenance. Participant characteristics of the group were similar, mostly women and generally healthy. The trial examined weight changes, compliance rates, and cardiovascular risk factors. Their finding when comparing the two groups. No significant differences in weight loss, weight regain, or body composition. No significant differences in blood pressure, heart rate, fasting glucose, or fasting insulin at 12 months, although there were no difference in total cholesterol and triglycerides. The alternate day fasting group showed significantly increased LDL cholesterol level. The authors did not comment on a possible cause. The dropout rate was higher in the alternate day fasting group than in the daily calorie restriction group. Interestingly, those in the fasting group actually ate less food than prescribed or non-fasting days, though they ate more food than prescribed on fasting days. 1 year randomized trial also did not find intermittent fasting 16:8 method more beneficial than calorie reduction without a restricted eating time. Patients with obesity were placed on the same moderate calorie restriction but randomized to one of two groups: time restricted eating, allowed to eat from 8 a.m. to 4 p.m., or allowed to eat anytime. Weight, waist, circumference, body mass index, body fat, and blood work were measured at 1 year. The time restricted group lost an average of 18 pounds and the time unrestricted group lost 14 pounds. Blood pressure, cholesterol, and blood glucose level also decreased. However, the changes in weight and other parameters were not significantly different among the groups. That's all about the intermittent fasting in this video. I hope you really liked it. I'll definitely come in the next video with my another content. Till then, God bless you. Take care of your health, of your family. Bye bye and take care.